He's going to have to switch to southpaw.
But he didn't train for that.
No.
It's not a game to punch from southpaw position, Sunday.
I had predicted that this fight would be more of a stand-up fight, but I was wrong in the first couple rounds. But
there it is. He doesn't like that. Royce doesn't like that at all.
That's why he's attacking.
Yes.
He knows.
Now, Royce comes in punching, but I seriously don't believe Royce Gracie is going to knock out Mr. Sakuraba.
Let's see. 10 minutes past. 10 minutes to the round.
So we have 5 minutes left of this round, in the third round. So we've already experienced 40 minutes worth of fighting.
Low kick! And he escaped situation again.
See, that's the thing under the Pride rules. You can kick a man in the face when he's down and getting up.
Now he should give a high kick.
Sakuraba?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure he thinks it's going to be a low kick.
Yeah. Kind of Smith Cognac thing,
Peter Earth is good at that.
Yes,
too.
he is.
Give a few low kicks and then whack you out.
Peter, Ernesto, them guys are all good at it. Oh, good low kick.
He went to the left leg that time and peppered up Royce's right leg with Sakuraba landing a left low kick, really hard kick. It buckled Royce's leg.
Now the game is changing.
Punch and kick. That's what he should do.
He should punch, kick, punch.
Oh, good right uppercut by Mr. Sakuraba. Royce backs away.
He should jab, low kick, boom.
Whoa! See, Royce is coming in with his hands down. He's not in territory where he's familiar. Sakuraba is not the greatest kickboxer.
He's getting wings right now.
Nice right low kick.
He's getting wings. He's going to win.
Yeah, he's in the fight.
Yeah, this fight has definitely turned around. Royce Gracie kind of looking real good in the first 2 rounds. Sakuraba has come on big time in the 3rd round.
He should jab him, low kick. It'd be perfect for right now. Listen to the crowd, Sakuraba crowd.
If one of the guys who's going to win goes to the 2nd round, he's going to get all the respect I have in the world.
Absolutely. If the winner of this fight goes into the 2nd round against IGOR VOVCHANCHYN, oh my God, that would not be pretty.
No.
But who knows? Anything can happen in this sport. That's one of the exciting things about the sport of mixed martial arts is that anything can happen.
3 minutes left. 3 minutes left in this round.
You have so many ways to finish a fight: punches, kicks, knees, leg locks, arm locks, chokes. It's pretty much a full facilitated sport, you know.
He should throw more low kicks. That's a good word. It's here, right here in the, you see in the word book? You looked that up.
Oh, you see that double punch thing? I think Royce is a little frustrated now. I think he's a little desperate because the low kicks are hurting.
And they hurt a lot. Look at him slipping his leg.
And they're only going to hurt worse after 6
Look at
minutes.
yeah.
Oh. They're only going to hurt worse when he sits in his stool for 2 minutes.
Oh, good front kick.
Royce is looking to his corner now. This is not a good sign.
This is not a good sign.
And he's huffing and puffing too. The vaunted Royce Gracie endurance may be tested in this fight.
If Sakuraba is smart, he throws out his power now because he's going to get 2 minutes rest.
That's energy. That's energy down there. That's like Vitor and Hoyler on the ground. That's not a fight. Get up. Uh-oh, look at the pain.
Sakuraba's just back away. He didn't even play the game.
He's going to tear him apart. He wants to break him down. Break him down physically. Break him down. That's what he wants to do. Every kick he wants Gracie to feel. He's getting hit, buddy.
Now, Sakuraba weighs in somewhere around the 190-pound range for this fight. Imagine if this were another hard right low kick, and Royce just runs across him.
Now we should knee him on his leg.
See, Royce's move there is desperation. I'm getting tired of getting hit. It's hurting me. And I understand that. I mean, I'm a fighter. I've been there. But you got to have more to it than just running forward. You got to let the guy know I'm not in pain. You can't show pain. Yep. Good fighter says like smelling blood. He's going to go for it.
That's a fact. It's a good thing that Mr. Sakuraba isn't that good of a boxer or puncher, because if Royce ran him with his hands down like that, he would get knocked out.
As I said, it's the new age fighters.
New age of fighters.
It's like 30 seconds left. Somebody should explode now that the corner doesn't call it.
No, I think with Sakuraba, I can't get into his brain, but I think he's going to slowly pick Royce apart every round from this point on.
Yep.
Because he's just basically scoring hard kicks, but he's not using his hand like he should. But you know, he's not us and we're not him. But he's doing a good job of what he's doing. He's just picking them apart bit by bit because he knows the fight's changing now. Royce is more desperate. He's like, oh, I'm in pain. I got to get in there and get closer. He can't kick me. And that's working in Sakuraba's favor because he's getting into his head, through his legs.
Well, in some ways, win or lose, Royce Gracie has to be commended for the fight he's fought so far. Okay, that's the end of the round. He has to,
listen, there's no question. The guy's a fighter, okay? He's a tough guy. And unfortunately for him, he has the mystique of the Gracie on his back. And that's a lot of pressure for anybody. And the same thing with Sakuraba, he has the pressure of Japan on his back, but Gracie has more to lose. But nonetheless, yes, he is fighting a hard fight and a valiant fight. But right now, if we were scoring it, I'd give that round to Sakuraba.
This round was definitely Sakuraba.
There's no question. That was actually, in a boxing round, that would have been a 10-8 round because of the knockdown.
Yes.
Let's see if they show the highlight of the knockdown. So in those 2 minutes, boss, Royce is going to start feeling those legs starting to swell.
Especially when you sit down and you get up again. It's
Yeah.
only going to hurt.
You never
more.
Yeah, I think like my fighters now, we train. We don't sit down in a corner anymore. We just move.
Okay, here it is. Royce trying the foot stomp. Sakuraba going with the knee and the right hand and the up.
Oh, no, he dropped himself.
And actually, Royce just dropped straight down. Yeah, that was not a knockdown as we had thought earlier. But still, Mr. Sakuraba did land a right hand there,
Look
another
at his
right
face.
hand there.
No expression. No expression.
It looked like he nicked him with an uppercut, but it wasn't a clean knockout, so it wouldn't have been. There's a low kick and Royce eating.
Look at that low kick.
Looking at Gracie's corner, Royce's corner, they got a lot of concern in their face. Boom! They have a lot of concern. They're working on his legs.
Yeah.
Sakuraba, on the other hand, he's just being calm, cool down. You know, there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot on Royce's mind, I'm sure, you know, how can I win this fight? But on the ground, submission, whether it be jiu-jitsu or pancreas or whatever it is, submission. So he's not going to too often or have an easy time submitting Sakuraba, even though he has a gi.
Yep.
So what do? Do you fight with him? Do you hold him? Do you take him to the ground? Where's the advantage for Mr. Gracie? Where is the advantage for him?
Yeah, right now it's not.
Exactly.
Cannot take him down, we saw that. So it's probably what you said, Sakuraba's going to take him down bit by bit.
Yeah. What do you think, Steve?
I think that Gracie's been in deep waters, but this is the deepest water he's ever been in.
That's for sure.
I mean, he looked like he was in deep water with Dan Severn and going into 30 minutes, but he pulled that one out. Royce Gracie, of all the fighters in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu clan, is the one that can pull it out, I think.
If anybody can, he
but,
can.
But as I said before, he's in deeper than he's ever been in this fight.
And 5 years off is a lot, too.
Yeah, the ring rust, I mean, you know about ring rust, both you guys. If you take too much time off, you have to fight your way back in.
Look at him, he just wants to come right at him. So what's he going to do? Is he going to punch him out? Because actually, if I was Royce, I'd try to punch him out a little bit. Just inside working, instead of trying to just go hard.
Yep. Because
he can score him, because Sakuraba's not returning anything when it comes to punching. He's just only he's only blocking. So I'd stay in real close, far away, and then jump in, far away. Control the tempo of the fight.
Now, one thing about both these guys is they exhibit a good deal of confidence in their abilities. I asked Mr. Sakuraba at the rule meeting if he had done any special training for Royce, and he said no, just the regular training.
Well, I find it a little bit hard to believe, because you got to learn to work with the gi, unless you already knew about it. So to sit there and say he did any special training, I don't know. I'd say he did some homework on the gi work.
Yeah.
You have to. It's logic. It would be really stupid if he didn't.
Yeah. But, you know, he's a fighter. He's arrogant in that way. Confidence is everything.
There's his corner man, Mr. Takada. Very popular here in Japan. When they announced him, Mr. Takada got the biggest ovation so far tonight.
He's an icon. Unfortunately, he doesn't beat the Gracies. So his return is fighting through Sakuraba. He's fighting through Sakuraba. Sakuraba should beat Gracie. That's like beating Gracie yourself.
There's Mr. Antonio Inoki looking on. A very dapper man, one of the greatest Japanese pro wrestlers, and a man who can actually fight real fights too.
Oh. Now, guys, show me some firework, what we saw in the last round.
Well, the way these rounds have turned out now, they'll go into like a stalemate for the first half or quarter of the round, then they'll do something. Sakuraba will start some playing games with Royce, get inside of his head. It's a nasty scratch Royce has up against his left cheek there. But Royce did recover from that unintentional groin shot. I don't think that's going to be a factor. I don't think this will be a disqualification.
Let's hope that's not mentioned as a issue with the fight. In other words, if he should win, it probably won't be an issue. But if he loses, let's hope that doesn't come up an issue because it happens in the game and we all have it. It happens to all of us. I think he's a valiant fighter. You know, it's kind of like we're talking about him like he's gone, but he's not gone. He's here. You know, if you think about what we're saying to some degree, it sounds like, well, he's going out, he's going out. This is a test to see where he's at, not that he's gone.
Those punches I don't understand. You see, why would you punch like that now? You know, give like explosion, two shots, one real hard to the body and one to the head, something like that. You know, double hook or something.
But
liver head.
As you know, boss, they're not strikers. It's a different game. It's like us being submission. You're a great submission fighter. I'm an okay submission person.
But even a non-striker knows that this doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
it doesn't do anything.
But Mo has a point there, boss, because your first style was a striking style.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's what you grew up with. Gracie grew up with a submission style, so his second language is striking. Oh, just threw him down. Almost
threw him down.
Got
out of here.
Yeah. Excuse me.
Attack him, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to attack him. Expect some wild antics. Sakuraba has got a really good spinning back kick. That works really well when a fighter is tired.
Yeah.
When a fighter's tired and eats a back kick, it can end the fight.
He's going to do it, man. I think you're going to call it.
Yeah, I think that the back kick is coming. Although Sakuraba, his left back kick is the one that has been landing notoriously because he fought southpaws and landed the left back kick. Against Royce, it would be the right back kick that would do the damage.
What he should do is get Royce's punch on his head.
Oh, and there we go.
Like then low kick. Hands and low kick.
I think the back kick is coming. I think the Royce, but
Boss, what do you think?
I should, when he attacks his gi, he should attack.
Yes.
Go!
Go! Go! You know, make the fight.
I think this is a fight of, shall we say, patience?
Well, it's a long night. It's already, what, 45 minutes in?
Yeah. Yeah, this will be 1 hour.
This one coming
up.
At
the end of this round, this is the 4th round, this will be 1 hour into the fight.
Oh, good. And where does he get the power?
He just pushes him back. Yeah, just pushes him back. Royce didn't make him pay the price with an uppercut or a knee, just went back.
Now, boom, kick.
Oh, grabbed his leg, goes for the takedown. Oh, he's in position.
He's a wiry fellow, isn't he?
Sakuraba throws a little push left jab and pushes Royce back. Royce with the palm strikes, the little slaps there.
Oh, it would have been a nice try for a knee bar.
This is good action, guys.
Yeah, like we said, the first half of the fight was just, the first half of the round is just a little bit of a feel-out period, and then they go for it.
It is unbelievable. Huh?
This is not of attrition.
No, attack him. Why don't you attack him? Front kick him. Boom.
Go for it now. You know, this is a hard fight for you to fight in. I mean, you look at it, almost an hour of fighting. That's a lot to ask of anybody.
Yep.
Boxers don't even do that. You know, wrestlers don't do that. It's a lot. This is like a gladiator fight. This is who's. Oh, it looks like Royce has got a mouse in his eye, in his right eye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see it.
You know, Royce's father had some classic battles in Brazil that went over an hour.
Yeah. But the thing is, like I said, the fighting then and the fighting now, it's a big difference. I think his fight was a jiu-jitsu fight, wasn't it?
No, that was a no-holds-barred fight. No, it was a no-holds-barred fight against a wrestler.
I didn't see that.
I think it went on 3 hours.
But, oh, yeah, I read about that. And you know, the thing is, though, the guys had no striking ability. So,
it's a right hand. There was a hard. He slammed him down. He slams Mr. Gracie down, and Gracie tries that jumping,
sweeping low kick,
sweeping dragon kick.
Whipping dragon.
It's from the Silent Dragon 6 purple heart kick.
Should he Kia when he does that, boss?
It depends if you want to make it a T kick or not. It's like a time kick. If you want to kick and then he drops down later, 5 minutes on a kick, you have to make a Kia with it. It's like a kind of dim mug.
Yes.
And I also think pressure points right now would be really
perfect
good.
right now.
Yeah.
I'd go for it.
Pressure points, yeah. To do the knockout technique.
Yeah. Or, you know, the time-related knockout, you know, your pressure point now, good left hook. And another one.
Good jab.
It's going to get him.
Now low kick.
8 minutes in the fight.
Sakuraba boxing with him now, getting the best of it. Royce wanting to box now, but I don't know.
He's got a good balance here, Sakuraba. His feet are standing on the ground.
I think Sakuraba is not afraid anymore. He says he can't get me.
Yeah.
I think it shows in his attitude.
He should kick. After those punches, he should make the right low kick.
This is like one of those video games where the energy counter starts to go up on one and down on the other.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Maybe he should grab a glass of water somewhere. Orange pants.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like
it's Holland color.
Oh, yeah.
The Dutch people are orange colored.
Yeah. You know, it is like a video game because you ever played Mortal Kombat where the energy thing goes up?
Yeah, I know the game, but I never played. Wasn't good at those. I can only play the real game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true, Mo.
I can't play that game.
That is true.
Whoa. He should continuously throw that low kick.
Right. You're right, boss. But also, he should use his hands more. Make
the hands and then the low kick.
Yes.
Make a finish with it. Why not?
I don't know why. It's not instinctive like it is for us. You know?
Look at this. Look at this. Pushes him. By the way, guys, so that you know, my name from now on is Bas El Guapo Rutten.
El Guapo?
El Guapo.
The grappler.
No, it means the handsome.
Hoist through the right side kick. Can you believe it?
Yes, I can. Nothing he can do now would surprise me. The guy's been doing his homework a little bit. You know? He's really impressed me in the sense that he's trying things.
But I think he's going to try things more out of desperation at this point.
Yes.
Where Sakuraba may have tricks up his sleeve. I don't know that Hoist has any more tricks up his sleeve in this fight. I think he's going to do more of the same and wait for Mr. Sakuraba to either make a mistake or get tired, which I don't see that happening. Hoist seems to have caught a little bit of his second win.
But because he's not being pushed right now. But there's still another round still. So.
Oh, there's many more rounds, possibly. In some ways, this will be a historic moment if this goes. This has already been a historic moment because.
That was a drop, right?
No, he dropped again.
He dropped again, but he was eating the left hook.
Eating the left, but he dropped.
Eating the left hook.
It's like dropping safety. You fall, you're okay. Don't worry about it.
Sakuraba was
goes back
doubling
like
and tripling up on that left hook.
Think about it. There's also energy to get back up again.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah. But he was cracking him upside the jaw. I think that Hoist, he doesn't know how to keep that right hand up when that left hand comes in.
But Sakuraba's hands are down too because he almost got hit with a right from Hoist as well. Sakuraba's, he needs to keep his hands up. I mean, that's the bottom line. You have to fight like kickboxers, not where boxers. You got to protect your face.
Yep. But against someone like Hoist, Maurice, you've seen people like Roy Jones that keep their hands down and they just wait for the guy to throw a punch and they come over the top.
Hoist isn't a Roy Jones though, Steve.
Yeah.
You're talking two different things.
I can always count on you,
should
Mo.
give one more low kick and then a high kick. That's
high kick.
Try.
At least try one time.
Try one, yeah.
Because I think he would really surprise him with that. But we saw Hoist make low kicks too. And high kicks.
Yes.
I think the Sakuraba should try the left high kick.
Oh,
10 minutes into the round.
5 more minutes.
That was not a knockout.
That's hurting too.
He tried his falling kick again.
You know, like I say, I think we all agree, he's more desperate than Sakuraba.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, he just came in swinging wild. Now, Hoist wants him down. Sakuraba's going to basically spin out of this.
If there's no rules, why the heck are they saying don't grab the rope? I don't think those are the rules. Or is that a rule?
If I was Sakuraba, I would stamp his feet now. Elbowing to the back. Are elbows allowed?
No grabbing the ropes or hanging the limbs on the ropes.
Okay.
Now, wait a second.
But it says, at the rules or special fight rules?
Are elbows allowed, guys?
No elbows to the face or head, which implies that, there's no grabbing the ropes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are rules. We all have rules.
Yep. That's why this is such a great country. Yeah, boss.
Which country?
Japan and America. Talking to the American people right now. Yes, you, right there. Sitting there drinking your soda.
On your couch.
Or your
Join the fight.
or your beer.
What do you like to do?
We're not going to endorse any beer fights, okay, Steve? We just say drink your beer.
Thank you, Mo.
I'm there for you, Dave.
You know, there's a huge groundswell population in the United States that really likes the mixed martial arts scene, and they've got a couple of really great websites out there.
Okay.
One of the best is www.submissionfighting.com. That's www.submissionfighting.com. They have a forum. They have 38,000 members. It's great. Another great one is Contact Fighter has a website. It's fcfighter.com. And the third one that I think is of note is Add Combat. That's ADCOMBAT.com. Those are three great.
And there's one very nice one coming also. It's called
Of course, of course.
And there's also one
Guapo.
There's also one called StephenQuadros.com, and I'm sure that they've got one called MauriceSmith.com.
I don't even. I'll go to you guys' forum and enjoy you. This is much to fight here, okay? No more advertising for each other.
Yes, Mo.
They paid us a lot of money for it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, and there's a MauriceSmith.com too, then.
Okay. Yeah, right. I'm sure of it. But you're so humble that you don't need one.
That's true. Yeah. Well, the fact of the fight, this round here, I think maybe Sakuraba's taking it off a little bit. He's made it, but then again, it doesn't really matter because there's no judging.
Yep. It's going to be a long fight.
This is an hour coming up.
He should stand back. He should stand back. I would say, hey, you give it to me, let's give it back.
Now, this is one of those fights where you could go to the kitchen and grab a sandwich and come back. And
no, but at the other hand, you can't. You know, because sometimes they explode.
Yeah.
And you don't want to miss the explode because the rest of it is all, the same. You want to see for sure the explosion.
I'm looking at Gracie and I'm looking at his eyes and I'm wondering what's going on in his mind right now. How do I end this fight? How do I, keep the Gracie dynasty looking good? It's not that he doesn't look good in this fight, but he's not being as dominant as it is perceived by people who are involved in this style of fighting. How do you end this fight? Because if he wins, does he win on, let's say he would have won on a punch. Is that jiu-jitsu? I don't know. So in my mind, what's he thinking? Is this fight is how can I beat this guy and continue my dynasty, or the Gracie dynasty?
okay, Gracie falls back and pulls Sakuraba down, but Sakuraba looks like he's almost ready to
And we go for the knee bar again.
for that knee bar.
1 more minute.
It does a
He's
backward
got it.
punch, and he's got the leg, but Hoist crosses it again.
He's not paying attention. He's just looking.
He's got 1 minute. He should go all power for it now. What is this?
He's not really looking at the technique. He's just feeling it, right? He doesn't feel it right now. Now would be the time to go for it, but Gracie has his arm, okay. So turn around and punch. Turn around and punch.
With his with his left hand.
Go all the way around, go so that you're mounted, basically, in that position.
In answer to your inquiry about punches, I think in traditional Japanese jiu-jitsu, they do have punches. So if Hoist won with a punch.
But they're not traditional jiu-jitsu.
It's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu, which is primarily grappling. That's true.
It's gonna be saved by the bell again, guys. I'm telling you.
Good thing you get paid by the hour, huh?
Jesus Christ.
I think these guys are glad to get paid by the hour, too.
Sakuraba should have exploded there.
And there it is, the end of round 4.
1 hour of fighting.
1 hour of fighting.
1 hour.
Hoist seems fairly fresh walking back to his corner.
Now, maybe if Sakuraba was smart, he pushed around more this round with the low kicks, with the striking. It's a pride fight now, like you said earlier.
Who's got the most? That's the question right now. They both look pretty fresh. It looks like Hoist recharged in this last round when I saw him walking back. I also don't see him limping anymore.
No, but he's not
dragging his leg.
Yeah, it's not being focused his power to Gracie's leg. He should go to it and stick with it. Yep. But then again, you gotta give Hoist credit because he's preventing that from happening. He's cutting the distance down so it doesn't happen. And that's because Sakuraba's not using his hands as well. You have to use hands and feet. That's all there is to it.
But look at this. This is all good action.
Ooh,
You see?
yeah. That knee bar was perfect right there. He flew to it. That would have been beautiful. I mean, you'd have done that, boss. I know the move, but you would have done it.
I would try. I would try. A+ for trying. That's what I always say.
Yes.
So you might as well try and hope that it works and then get the respect. Or when you blow it, it's not good here, but at least you tried. That's what I always say.
Yeah, you have to try. This is more ego fight, like you're saying, boss. It's an ego fight. Because I think Sakuraba, he's going to die than quit.
Yes. Who's mentally the strongest?
Exactly.
That's what it's now. I think they're both
mentally strong.
Very good shape and mentally strong, so that's why it's
You
probably
got
going
to
to
take the body out then.
So
take
are
the
we
body out.
are we going to see the same
The
thing?
body and the legs. That's what they should go for, not for the head.
Yes, forget the head.
So are we going to see the same thing that we saw in the last 4 rounds at the beginning of this round? A lackluster first half.
What do you think, Steve?
I think that Sakuraba is going to turn up the steam on this first half of the round.
What do you think, boss?
I think so. I hope so.
Yes.
He's got a good coach who tells him to punch and then kick, and distract him with punches and low kicks. I think like 6 low kicks one after another is going to end the fight.
I think Boss is right. I think that if he turns up the steam right now,
Just go. You have to understand, if you attack, it costs the other guy also a lot of
Energy,
power, you
yes.
know? It's not, look, that low kick, let's do it again. And now instead of attacking, he wants to close the distance.
always with a knee attempt, but nowhere.
Yeah, it was short.
Yeah, he's got my respect, guys. That's one thing for sure. I never expected this. And winning or losing, he did a great job.
They did a good job. They fought a smart fight on both ends.
Yep.
By smartness is that I'm going to control your game. You're going to, I'm going to stall your game up a little bit.
Now this is Royce's game. Sakuraba sitting up the same way he did against Hoyler Gracie.
This is Sakuraba's game here. Watch what he does.
Yeah, but if he's going to armbar triangle Sakuraba, that's going to be surprising tonight.
This is what most people expected the fight to look like from the very beginning.
Yeah, I admit.
I was 2 weeks ago. I was at the King of the Queens in Los Angeles or in California.
And King of Cage?
King of the Cage, King of the Queens. That's the TV series.
Okay.
Oh, that was the drag queen show I was. No. Anyway, there was this guy lifting him up and smacking him down, and I think that's a very good thing. Because he got the gi.
It's a lot of energy, though.
That is
I
a
know,
lot of energy. Yeah.
but you don't want to drop down like that. If you lift him up above your head and you smack him down, you got the gi. So it's a good grip. You get good grip. So.
Now Royce is tying up his hands so that Sakuraba can't strike from this position, because the guard is a good position, as we found out over the last couple of years, for striking for the man on the top.
Yeah, I think it's perfect. It's a guy, in my view, as I teach my students and how I would have fight. Just like when Boston, you fought TK, how he controlled your arm a little bit, and you say, well, that was a great thing.
Yeah.
Because why break the guard? Just beat the guy down.
That's it.
And I think that's part of the way the game is now. It's not a matter of breaking the guard, just capitalizing the guard by just striking constantly.
Look at him giving these elbows everywhere. How does he come up with these things? Does he wake up at night, write them down or something?
He's an artist in the fight ring.
Elbowing and the inside of the calf. I never saw that in my life.
Very creative. I've seen Igor VOVCHANCHYN punch the calf or punch the thigh.
I think I was one of the only ones who did in Thai boxing, gave low kicks, and then in the clinch I was hitting the leg with my fist. I think all the little bits helped.
With the glove on?
With the glove on, yeah.
See, if it were me, if I was Sakuraba, I would be a lot lower to hoist his chest, control his right arm with my left arm, and just punch. Stay low, because here Hoist has a chance for an escape.
Yep.
I would
But
just
he doesn't want to escape.
Well, when he stand up, he's not doing anything. Neither one do anything. So it's not a bad situation if you stand up, actually, because Sakuraba's not really capitalizing if he could or should. So I would be like this and put my arm on his hand and just punch with my right hand. And I would punch, elbow to thigh, punch, elbow to thigh, hook to the body. That's what I would do. What would you do, Steve?
Well, Sakuraba was taking something out of the playbook of Mr. Takada, who fought Hoist in January. He's laying there, but what would I do? I would punch from the guard. Go back up here and throw punches.
I would stand up. If it's open, get out. That's it. Yeah, that was very good.
Might be going for a...
Oh, let's stay there, he says. Let's rest a little bit more. He should have kicked. Whoa, whoa.
Nice strikes there by Mr. Sakuraba. Oh!
Nice going again.
Woo!
What is
That's
that?
the newest one. We knew he would do something new this time. and he did a double karate chop straight down the middle.
That's actually the quarter liver blood technique. You can cut somebody and then lose like a quarter of a liver.
Yeah.
Now we knew he was going to do something creative because every one of his fights he does something new, and that was it.
That was it.
Looked like he was going to do the ear palm strike, but then he came up and went straight down with the double shuto hand.
I like the key pull through. That was a nice one too. But that's not creative. That's like a brawl, street brawl thing to do.
Yeah, he's got it. He has that desire to win. With his leg.
Yeah, man.
Or go to the outside. Make a decision.
Go.
Do you think that Sakuraba, because Royce has got a loose guard, would want to try a heel hook or straight?
Royce should slip his leg up, put it on his chest, and then kick it out. You know, put his foot on the chest of Sakuraba.
Knee to the body by Sakuraba.
My God.
That doesn't look like a knee bar. Look like he was going for it. Step between the legs.
How come doesn't give up at that thing?
He's the man.
Yep.
You know, that's being comfortable in the ring.
He's definitely not a follower. He's a leader with his techniques.
You can't follow that technique.
Not in the books.
It's not in the books. It's something that's in him. It's innate.
No. What I'm saying is that he
I know
comes
you're
up
saying.
with the new techniques.
Steve,
Yes, Mo. I
Steve, I know
really
what you're
appreciate it.
saying.
Thank you, Mo. Yeah, I can always count on you. No,
Guys.
You're a good guy.
Jeez, I would kick out now if I was Royce with the right. You see?
Yeah, right in his face.
Yeah, that's it. Kick it out. Kick it out. He can do it.
You know what? Actually, you know what I would consider if I was Sakuraba? Go for a heel hook or a police lock, because he can lose position, but Royce isn't gonna do anything on top, really.
Yeah, that's true.
He's not gonna. The power of Royce right now is gone.
He's got the arm under his leg. God knows he's going for a knee bar. When he makes a mistake, oh.
Nice chopping there by Royce Gracie.
Smart fighter.
Oh! Look at this with the key. Good right hand. Good right hand by Sakuraba.
Nice move.
Beautiful move. Using the feet to Royce's disadvantage.
That's a beautiful move, baby. You can't teach that. You gotta feel that. How does he come up with it? You gotta feel that.
Jesus Christ, guys.
How do you teach that? I never would have thought of that right then and there. Listen to the crowd. They appreciated that.
Oh, my
They
God.
appreciated that.
At this point, Mr. Sakuraba is definitely giving a recital in the unpredictable.
No, I'm El Guapo. Mr. Sergio Battarelli is sitting here next to me and he's enjoying the show. And he says, he is El Guapo. I said, no, not the handsome man.
You mean Sergio Battarelli, the president of the International Valley Judo Championship?
That's exactly the guy I mean.
Ah, know him well.
He's my friend, you know.
Oh.
My friend, oh, thank you for the $100, Mr. Battarelli.
$100, they $150. Man.
Uh-oh.
Nah, he's all right. He knows it. He knows that's what.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I mean,
It's
I
still
thought it was
risky,
a kick.
though. Doesn't go for the triangle, but he knows it. Sakuraba's not. He's very well versed in the art of submission. There's no question.
Man, he did, well, that was some good action again, guys.
You know what? Thinking the fighters in the back must be upset.
Yeah.
When are we going to fight? They must be really upset that they can't get out here and fight. How long is this going to go on?
I have to say, it's not a boring fight.
No, it's not.
It's totally, I'm absolutely not bored. It's like a good fight. Every time something happens,
Something
they
new.
explode, and especially something new.
Something old, something blue. My fist in your face. It's the blue.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
It's a rhyme in America.
Okay.
You wouldn't get
Good
it.
right hand by Sakuraba. Overhand right. Grazes the side of Gracie.
What a position, guys. Yeah, it's definitely the toughest fight for Royce he's ever been in.
Yeah.
And for Sakuraba, I think so too.
But you know, you got to think about, be careful what you ask for, you know? Because this could have been done in 5 rounds or 3 rounds or whatever, and that's time.
Yeah.
Now, if it ends up he loses the fight, Mr. Gracie, it's what he asked for.
Yep.
You know, he could have won the fight, say, in 3 rounds if he got the first 2 rounds, right? He could have possibly won then. But instead, I'm going to go for the total fight.
Look at him. He's elbowing on top of his head.
Yeah, he's stomping that foot right down on the top of his, the crown of his head.
He's a very flexible guy, Royce. I'm surprised. He's very flexible.
He can do the splits both ways.
Can he?
Yes, he can.
Seriously?
Yes, he can.
Wow.
I think that Sakuraba had a really tough fight against Alan Goes.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's
tried for, I think that was in some ways maybe his toughest fight up to this point, because Alan really gave him some problems on the ground with submissions and with the strikes from the bottom.
Alan Goes is a tough individual. He's got a lot of fire. Like I said, when he fought Frank and he got heel hook, he didn't even quit. I was like, whoa. Because if it been me, hey, you can have it. It's not that big a deal. I can always fight again.
Yeah, that's true. You want to protect your legs. You know, you can only two.
And Alan has also fought 3 of the greatest fighters in this weight division. He fought Mr. Sakuraba. He fought Frank Shamrock, as you said. He also fought Dan Henderson in the UFC.
Yes.
And I look forward to seeing Alan fight again.
Well, like I said, the whole thing is in the fight business. It's not whether you're kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. It's the evolution of the fighters. They've come to a level to realize my style in itself is good, but it's not complete. It's not great. And Alan, you know, he also wants to work on his striking. That shows me that people who are smart, they move on. They stay at their...
Look! Royce pulled his gi trunk up and Sakuraba pulled it back down. The leg, that's a real psychological move. Now look, they're battling over the gi leg.
Yeah, he cannot kick with it. You see, it's a really good control thing he has now going on there. And I would be so pissed.
Upset?
Yeah. I can say that, huh?
You can be upset.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a rules meeting yesterday, and they told me not to say these words. Let me see. Word 1 was. Number 2 was. And number 3 was.
No, but as I was saying earlier, these guys, the sport's changed, and now your one style can't compete in a complete fight, and now everybody's becoming more complete. Like I said, I think the Gracies, their style is complete in the sense that they understand the grappling, but the aspect of striking, they understand receiving it. They don't have to give it. You know, and
so you're saying that they understand how to receive strikes? That's a
good point. What I'm saying is this, Steve. In a way, I'm saying that they know what's coming at them. Okay, they understand. Well, punch. Oh, he did it again.
And there we go.
He's going to flip him over. But Royce is, as you said, Maurice, very limber.
Very limber.
But he's in a very compromised position here.
He should knee him in the back of his ass. Butt cheeks.
Buttocks.
Buttocks.
The tail, his butt. I can say it. You can say butt. But what do you think of butt? No, the
True.
The sport is doing great. And like I said, this is beautiful. And you'll always hear me say that in conversation because the sport, look at the first few fights that were in America, right? In the UFC, for example. The guys were, like you said earlier, boss, lack of experience, lack of knowledge. Now it's who's the better competitor overall, the best conditioned athlete, the smartest athlete. The best prepared athlete.
Well, I think the sport of mixed martial arts, much like boxing and kickboxing, now that all the techniques are known, it comes down to the refinement and the training, and the athlete individually himself.
And the conditioning.
Right.
The conditioning is paramount right now.
Especially in this fight.
Most important thing.
Coming up on an hour and 15 minutes, and it's all about conditioning. Because technique is secondary with these guys. I mean, Sakuraba is going to create techniques as he goes, which is great. But I don't know that some of those flashier techniques will be finishing techniques. But nonetheless, they will take Royce mentally out of his game plan.
And unfortunately, there's no decision here because we're going to go for the next. This could be a night, guys.
I think. Oh no, Gilbert! I saw Gilbert Ivell here walking.
He's there. Gilbert's there.
Yeah, he's here. This is going to be. I cannot fight for a while. This is the. Guys, man, this guy's the new sensation from Europe. Trust me.
Gilbert Ivell.
He's going to do real good. He's actually going to fight in the next Pride show, June 4th, I believe it is. And I think he's going to do great.
Oh, he's a unique individual.
Really explosive, striking monster.
Oh, yeah, he's great. He does a jump right hand, jump left hook.
He does anything opposite of Sakuraba. He just does things you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, Gilbert is 22 years old, and he's just like explosive. He's only got 1 loss and 1 draw in his career. He's got like 28 no, he just stopped Tamura.
Yes, he just beat Tamura.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How did you beat him?
TKO. TKO.
Oh, my God.
I just saw the magazines. I wasn't sure what happened. No, he's a tough individual. He's very tough. Did you see the fight when he fought Dan Henderson? And he spun out.
No, I didn't.
Did you see that? He had like a guillotine.
Dan Henderson got Gilbert Ivell in a guillotine standing, and Gilbert did a spin while he's standing out of the guillotine.
Vertical or horizontal spin.
You know, speaking of Tamura beat Royce's cousin, Henzo Gracie, in another event in Japan. So this, if Hoist loses this fight, this will be the third time in a row that Gracie has lost in Japan.
And in 2 weeks, we're going to have a fight between Funaki and Hickson.
Yeah, I won't be there for that one, but that's interesting too.
I heard that Funaki in the paper said today that he did not want to fight
Because
in the fight because I don't
the
know.
rules,
Yeah.
That's the thing. If you're gonna fight, you fight. If you're gonna talk the talk, walk the walk.
Yeah, that's true. But he said that they took away all the offensive weapons like headbutts and
Okay,
strikes.
fine. Headbutts, like you can always eliminate that. That's fine. But elbows, or you can even eliminate that if you want to. It's not a big deal because very few guys really throw them. But let's fight the fight. You know, the rules are we fight. The best man wins. If you're gonna talk the talk, like I said, walk the walk, and walking the walk is taking uncovers all rules.
Yeah, this is like, we got like a few seconds left. It's every time.
Oh, that downward stomp landed. It grazed off Gracie, but it still landed. It was a downward
1
stomp.
hour and 15 minutes.
A downward stomp by KAZUSHI SAKURABA. Caught Hoist, it looked like on the side of the face.
Well, I look at this fight going at least 2 hours. The pace is going down. Now, whether the fans can handle that is another issue.
Are we going to start taking bets on when it's going to end?
You want to do that?
No, I don't.
No, because you never know. Photographers must be tired. They're figuring like, oh my God, how long can I take this?
Yeah,
You have 88 rolls of film already ahead. Look at this. They got extra rolls here. Look at them.
Oh my God.
They just brought extra rolls.
Went down to the,
How many? You got 20 extra rolls you got here.
went down to Save on Drugs and got some more.
Ching-ching.
Maybe Costco.
Ching-ching.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Maurice Smith's kickboxing school.
Ching-ching. The Beverly Hills Jiu-Jitsu Club.
Ching.
Okay, here we go. Sakuraba getting busy.
Oh,
Double slap,
hey.
and here it is, the double slap fake.
And he's going to do it
And
again.
the karate chops right down the middle.
Double karate chop. He tried to break down the chest.
Yeah.
And now he's pulling
Look at
Hoist,
this.
trying to flip him over, but Hoist is still liberated, and landing the right hand two times, and controlling Hoist with the gi. Hoist trying to reach around.
That is nice. I gotta admit,
That's
nice.
a great move with
That's
the gi.
control.
You can't do that with regular trunks on because
No.
they'll just come off. See, he's got that gi.
Oh,
Boom.
That is nice.
Nice, 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 nice.
The second right hand didn't land, but the first one did.
Look at that.
Oh, that might have hurt his, well, if it would have hit himself hard, it would have hurt his hand on the canvas. Fortunately, he didn't. So
How long is this fight going to be?
Well, that's right. Okay, we're at 2:15, 1:15 now. I say at least 1:45.
Oh, yeah?
Another half hour.
At least.
Predicting another half
Isn't
hour.
this then the longest fight in history?
It may, well, no.
in the
No,
history,
I mean, in of NHB history?
in HB history
in
that
the,
we know about.
in the history outside of Brazil that we know about, yes, it is.
Yep.
And we're witness to this, guys. We're part of history here.
Oh, I love that. You say Bas Rutten was there.
Yes. And Stephen Quadros was there with
Bas
Maurice
Wapo
Smith.
Rutten.
Uh-oh. We shot in.
Shot in, Hoist pulled guard, and Hoist going to start working the over-under gi choke. This was a staple move of Hoist back in his UFC days. Hoist seems to be getting busy now. Sakuraba just wants to play the ground game with him now.
I mean, if you put in that position, what are you going to do? You put your body, your leg around his body for what? You're not going to do anything. You're wasting energy. I mean, I don't understand the reason behind it. I'm not a jiu-jitsu guy, but I'm sure there's a reason behind it. The method behind it, but I don't see it.
Plus, if Sakuraba reached back, he could ankle lock him.
No, I don't think it's possible because he got his legs hurt. Ankle lock is pretty difficult, especially as people know. You know, you have to lock the other leg up because otherwise they can sit on you. They spin up and you lose your control. Leg lock, I would only go for knee bar, or when somebody's wearing shoes, you know, I would go for toe hold, heel hold, something like that. But otherwise, and he's got a high guard. Otherwise, you could do that pick up the feet thing. I don't know. You scoop with your own legs,
You guys don't wonder. What do you think the crowd's thinking now? Are they excited? Are they happy?
Well,
do they respect and admire this, or what? Or is this too much?
I think they respect it because I respect it, and normally I get a pretty good sense of it, and it's a good fight. You know, no, it is. I mean,
well, we're gonna follow you, baby.
I haven't been bored, you know. Yeah,
no,
we have a lot of
but
fun here.
You got a long ways to go yet, still.
Yep.
I mean, there's still another fight, and then there's the final fight.
Oh yeah, I know.
So
but
you think
like you're a pessimist? I'm like an optimist, thinking only good.
No, you know that's not true, boss. Let me tell you, if the cup is half full or half empty, to me it's half full.
For me too.
Yeah, okay, so you know I'm in the same boat you are.
Yeah, I had the discussion.
Of course, Steve
is
half empty, I'm sure.
They say
no, it's half full.
Is it?
Sorry to disappoint
If
you,
the
Mo,
sun is
but
half,
I know you're trying to superimpose that.
Better yet, guys, there's water in the cup. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much.
Is
no,
there
I
really?
would be more happy with beer in the cup.
Not me.
But here they are in a stalemate.
Yeah.
This is good. This is a pressure point technique here with the foot.
You know, that'd be the right time right now for Denmark.
Oh, this is good. This is actually good. If he does it with a little bit more power.
Just chop down there.
He's very limber, Horse. Very limber. I'm very impressive. I'm not even that limber. I'm a kickboxer.
No, but if he would, yeah, he is. But look at this is good in his neck. Do it in the neck.
I can't tell it's counting for points, but
No, but I think it hurts.
it hurts. It can hurt. It can bother you if nothing else.
Or it can piss you off, you know. You wanna
Make you upset. You're
and
right.
go harder.
It can make you upset. You're right.
Oh, man,
Well, there's not a lot happening here. They're just kind of playing chess. I expect the explosion to happen in the
I think so too. He's got his
next
gi.
half of the.
Maybe he's gonna lift him up. You see?
Horse is doing the leg to the kidney or the liver.
Royce is keeping a closed guard now.
If it was myself, I'd just be punching Horse. I wouldn't try to sit there and just punch him. Make him open the guard up.
Hit his legs on the outside. Hit with your hands. You know.
Sakuraba
Kick.
stands back
Kick,
up,
kick.
and they're back in the standing position.
But they're going to go back to the feed.
Oh,
Nice low
good
kick
low.
by Sakuraba. Good low kick by Sakuraba. A little bit below the hip bone.
That would hurt.
That was in a real sensitive area.
He knows it. Now he smells it. Punch first.
Go high now. Go high now.
Good right hand by Sakuraba. Royce seems to not know what to do with the stand-up game now. Sakuraba would be best to stand back up. Stand
and
back
strike.
up. Because the strikes are working for him, but he's going to be patient.
He's going to do the pull thing again.
That second low kick was
Nice.
that was a hard kick. A sweet area right here.
I love that. And it hurt him a lot.
Looks like his voice's mouse is coming up a little bit.
Oh wait, we got. Oh no, it's not going to be live too.
Another kick by Sakuraba.
Oh god, he's leaning on it. Because otherwise there's no time to hold.
He's breaking him down. He's breaking him down. He should just back up and make him stand back up. He's getting aggressive now. Sakuraba. He's got to stand back because he can't hide on the ground and he can't hide standing up.
5 minutes in the round. 5 minutes in the round.
10 long minutes. If Sakuraba imposes more kickboxing, this could be a very painful round for Royce Gracie.
Listen, I can tell you one thing. If he goes to the bathroom tomorrow, Horace, he cannot sit down, trust me.
Oh, if he sits down, he's not getting up.
Oh,
Help me up.
God,
Help me up.
Sakuraba low kick. Sakuraba throwing the right uppercut. Partially blocked by Royce Gracie.
See, this is what Horse is going to do now. He's just going to stay close. So Sakuraba should try to break free, keep the distance, and score.
I think Sakuraba should start throwing the knee to the same spot he's been low kicking. He should
Go.
start throwing that knee.
He can't because it's behind him.
Start throwing in the front
Knee
leg.
to the body.
What I'm saying he should do is get up, quit holding, and go ahead and strike more. Make Horse chase him and strike more. Catch him as he's moving in and kick. Catch him as he's moving in, punch. Create the space to make the attack. Because right now there's nothing going to happen. Of course, then again, this is
Royce is bleeding out the
It's
mouth.
already almost 1.5
Royce is
hours.
bleeding out of the mouth right now. I think that right hand did land pretty
Yeah,
good.
he's got blood in his lips. I can see that from over here. Yes,
So-
he's bleeding out of the mouth.
So Royce Gracie has a slight nick under his right eye, and he's bleeding out of the mouth now from strikes from Mr. Sakuraba. The punching that Sakuraba did while standing was a little more significant than it looked. and they're just waiting.
Yep. Sakuraba is doing what I said in the beginning, you know what I should do. He explodes every time. He loads up now again. He's going to wait a little bit for a little chance, and then he explodes again.
Maybe he's a little birdie talking from you to him.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys just telekinesis to each other. You're like telepathic. You can talk to me.
Wasn't that amazing? And then I turn out to have red hair too or something.
Yeah, or get one of those masks. And we'll wear a mask and no one will know it's you.
We have a mask actually like this with a little hole in the middle. Love that movie, yes. But anyway.
That's subtle, boss.
Yes, I'm subtle. That's A+.
You know, it's good to be working with two subtle individuals like Murray Smith and Boss Rutan.
Look at Mr. Julio. What do you think is going through his mind for his son? You know, is he feeling the pain of his son? Is he?
He has to.
You know, is he concerned? Is he confident? What do you think is going? What would you?
I think what's going through his mind is that he's been in a long fight like this before, and he's probably hearkening back to what he might have done. But he probably wasn't facing the kind of caliber of opponent of this hybrid martial artist in Sakuraba.
Right.
But I'm sure that's what's going through his mind. I'm sure he's having like flashes on the fights he's had.
Kind of a deja vu thing, maybe?
He should have a lot of
respect. Here we go now. Expect the low kick. If Sakuraba was smart, as Boss would say, he would either double jab.
He could have done this in the last 2 rounds, and then it would have been over. He would have come
He has to keep doing. He can't get a chance to break.
He doesn't want to take any chances, though.
No, that's true. You know, that's true.
Because he respects Royce Gracie's ability to finish, so if he burns himself out a little bit, I think that he's just pacing himself.
High kicks, anything like that.
I think Sakuraba is out-patienting Royce Gracie in this fight. There's that left hook again. That's the thing. And Sakuraba's throwing bombs down when Royce rushing in with his hands down.
Low kick.
Royce throws a kick, and Sakuraba grabs the leg and
throws him down. Okay, he's ready to work.
Oh no, he should kick.
He's coming down. Yeah.
I have to say that it would have been smart for him to do that, but there's a good sense of fair play by Mr. Sakuraba, not a cheap shot. Well, it's actually not a cheap shot. It's not a cheap shot, but nonetheless, it's still, he wants to show Royce Gracie that he can beat him in the most fair way possible, I think.
That's a good point, Steve. Damn, you're good.
Thank you, Pasito.
Now, guys, come on. You see all photographers here at the front with all Polish shirts.
We got the pre-fight stare down and in the fight. And Royce has got his hands up funny, and Sakuraba lands a low kick. Royce going to try and throw that jab. Nothing doing. Sakuraba is...
Royce's leg is really sore now.
Yes, he cannot
shoot. Very heavy in his leg.
Yep.
Sakuraba slipping to the side, throwing his punches.
Oh my God, guys.
He knocks him down.
With a low kick.
He knocked him down with a low kick. That was you know, it's going to be hard for Royce to stand up if this goes past 50.
Look at that, what he did.
He can barely stand up now. See, he switched to southpaw because he can't leave that front leg.
He can't go southpaw. It's not his nature.
No, and it would be a smart move. It would be a smart move. You're right. It would be a smart move right now because if he takes one more kick on that same sweet spot, he might not be able to stand up, especially after the round ends and goes out for the next round. If it goes past that.
10 minutes into the round. 10 minutes into the round.
So we have 5 minutes left. Sakuraba's just picking that shot. He's waiting for that right low kick again. And Royce cannot rush in anymore because he doesn't have the spring in his legs from the low kicks.
Listen to the crowd. They love Sakuraba.
All Sakuraba has to do is move out of the way when Royce moves forward and just keep kickboxing him.
Well, you know what's good about the fans here? Well, when this fight's over, the fans will applaud both fighters. It doesn't matter because of their great heart and the great spirit they have.
Oh, good right hand left hook by Sakuraba. Jesus. He's just giving
you see, and if he follows that up with the right low kick, you know, constantly after every punch combination.
That was a
right hand.
That was a knockdown.
But it was going down anyway, Steve. It was going down. He hit him going down.
He hit him with that left hook going down.
It's a smart thing to do, actually, what Royce every time does. You know?
Yeah, because it saves himself.
But he's really having problems getting back up. He's really straining to get back up. I think that in this fight, the endurance is one of the key factors, but now it looks like the ability to take pain is also going to be one of the deciding factors in the fight. Oh, good right hand.
He had him.
He shoots, and Sakuraba Sakuraba was busting up.
Oh, that hurt.
Oh, that was
that one hurt.
Oh my God, guys.
That one hurt.
Sakuraba landed a good flurry of punches
fight.
and finished it up with a low kick, then a low kick.